Are we live? We are live. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a lovely day, wherever it is that you are on our gorgeous planet. Today, the Brewmaster is bringing you a blatant net deck. I occasionally cannot help myself. I actually think that most decks that everybody makes, especially since the emergence of Arena as the main mode of playing this games because of the pandemic, the amount of data and information about the cards and the sets and the decks and the meta has just gone through the roof. I mean, sure, I think sometimes there's little combinations and things that you can put together that might appear unique to you, or you might have seen very little of on the internet, and you didn't necessarily go and just copy someone directly off of EtherHub or one of the other deck websites. But if you have convinced yourself that you're the only person playing that, then you've got something coming, because there's only so many cards in Standard, and there's millions of people playing with these cards. It's definitely been done before. So Temur Dragons isn't even my first attempt. It was actually the first video to go up on my channel. Go and have a look. It's a great one. I was making all the newbie mistakes in the beginning. But basically, I saw this morning, went on, and I do my usual. I click through all my various content creators or Magic that I follow, and I try to get inspired for what I'm going to be brewing in the lab today. And everybody had decks up that I either felt too disgusted with myself to play, to be perfectly honest. There's some things that I just would never ever do, like mill decks or mono red. I just don't think you'll ever see something like that on my channel unless I'm just feeling freaky. But of all of those, Hello Good Game, and if you don't know who that is, Google him, go look him up, go check his YouTube. He's one of my favorites. He pumps out 2 videos every day. He's a machine. I love the guy. He's a fucking beast. Hello Good Game's video today was Temur Dragons, and I copied his list. I made a couple of tiny adjustments, nothing huge. I almost left it exactly as it is. I think he had like 4 copies of Negates, 4 copies of Snakeskin Veil, and I just went down one of each, and I put in 1 extra Decisive Denial, which, to be honest, it almost works exactly the same as Negate in most cases, but you get the additional added bonus of it being a fight spell as well. So I thought having an even spread of 3 and 3 instead of 2 and 4 was better. Having 4 Snakeskin Veils was good, but it meant that we had 1 less Quandrix Command, and this is really handy in this deck for triggering I'll explain in a little bit of details later, but basically those are the only adjustments I made. I went down 1 Snakeskin Veil, down 1 Negate, went up 1 Decisive Denial, went up 1 Quandrix Command, and I left the rest exactly as it is. And it's performing. He's gone and done something here. I mean, I played 7 games before the stream and I lost 1. I hope to really keep that up throughout today, just to have a nice good record before the week kicks off well and truly, and also before the season ends. So this is my last chance on stream to put up some numbers in the May Mythic season. I'm sitting on around 84% now. My plan initially had been to do like a 6-hour stream today and just play of the decks that I had brewed in the earlier part of the month. And I think this is what I'm going to start doing from now on. Actually, I'm certain of it. What I will do is, play a different deck every single day throughout the entire month, discuss the meta, see as it evolves, figure out which of those decks that I played performed best, and then on the last day of the season, I'm going to do a long-ass stream where I just take those best performing decks and play them on rotation and try and push my way up into the numbers. I think today I've left it too late. I have other things going on with my private life that I don't want to get into on stream, but essentially that plan went out the window for this end of season. But as this channel gets better and I figure out all my timings, equipment, probably hire an editor, get myself another screen for the YouTube chat and all that stuff, then I will definitely be doing that at the end of every season to try and really push my way into the top numbers, because that's what I really want. I really want to, I want to take this somewhere. I don't just want to be a casual player. I'm trying to be pro, let's say. But anyway, that's a little introduction to the deck, how I got the idea, the modifications I made. Now let me introduce the deck itself. So it's a Temur Dragons list, and we're running 3 dragons. There is 4 copies of Sprite Dragon, which works great in this deck. The version that I had streamed previously was also running that 2-mana red Berserker that has the boast ability from Kaldheim, that has, the more dragons that are in play, the lower the boast costs. And then if you can get him to boast, it creates a 5/5 dragon, which is actually, now that I have this kind of new shell that Hello Good Game has provided me with, I'm going to then rework it after the stream to try and include those guys in again, because I think there's really something to that. But for today, we're just running the Sprite Dragon because there's plenty of instants and sorceries, and basically any non-creature spell that you cast will put a 1/1 counter on Sprite Dragon. So the lovely, sort of ideal opening hand and first play would be to, play a land, turn 2, play a Sprite Dragon, turn 3, start casting stuff, either creating treasure tokens with our Prismari Command and drawing cards and discarding cards. More on that later. We've got plenty of counter spells. If they try and, let's say, cast a Cultivate on turn 3, that's always a very nice negate, because it stops their ramp and gets you another token on the Sprite Dragon, and you're a little bit ahead in terms of value and card advantage. So I tend to try and keep up a negate or a Decisive Denial on their turn 3, so that I can counter a Cultivate or something to that effect. And then, the other reason for having them is because the general play pattern when you play a big threat, like let's say a Goldspan Dragon or a Galazeth Prismari, is that they're going to straight away come back at you with some kind of removal to get rid of that threat that is threatening their life total. And the best way to stop that is with a negate or a Decisive Denial. That's why there's no copies of Saw It Coming or any of the other sort of more generic counter spells. We're really just trying to stop their removal on our threats. The great thing about Goldspan Dragon is if we're tapped out and they do target it, it creates a token which we can then sacrifice and cast a negate. I think that's why Hello Good Game had 4 copies of negate and only 2 copies of Decisive Denial, because you cannot do that with Decisive Denial. You can only sacrifice the treasure token that the Goldspan Dragon makes to add 1 mana of any 1 color, not of any 2 colors. So you can cast the negate, but you cannot cast a Decisive Denial off of 1 treasure token. So let's see how it runs now with these modifications I've made. I might switch it back to the original, but so far so good. So then turn 4, you plop down a Galazeth that makes a treasure token. Turn 5, get out your Goldspan. Boom, boom, boom. Game over. It's really quick and lovely. If it gets a little bit drawn out and things don't go exactly as planned, we have a bit of removal in the form of Draconic Intervention. So if we haven't been able to ramp into our Galazeth Prismari, into our Goldspan Dragon, and we're kind of bricking a bit on land, we can discard Magma Opus to create a treasure token, which then puts it in our graveyard, which then makes it so that our Draconic Intervention can sweep the board for 6, 7, 8 damage. That pretty much gets rid of everything, but it doesn't affect our dragons. So if we've got all of our dragons on the board, they've built up a nice big board, we're worried about the swing next turn, they're going to kill us, we can wipe the board clean with a Draconic Intervention, and all of our dragons remain on the battlefield. And we get another trigger on the Sprite Dragon. So amazing removal in any dragon deck. I don't see why anybody would not be running this in their dragon decks. And I mean, honestly, that's really about it. Snakeskin Veil is just there. Like, if we don't have Negate in hand and they target one of our important creatures, we can Snakeskin Veil it, which we can do with one treasure token, because it only costs one green mana, so that's great. And that's really about it. We can bounce a few things with Quandrix Command, and we can also counter artifacts or enchantment spells with Quandrix, which is very crucial when it comes to, again, for some reason you don't have a negate in hand or whatever, they're casting their Ember Cleaves, their Great Hinges, that kind of stuff. We can get rid of it with, or we can counter it with Quandrix Command. And also great for bouncing stuff, and also great for putting counters on our creatures. And if we do that on the Goldspan Dragon, we're also getting an extra treasure token. So a lot of nice little synergies going on here, which I'm really having fun playing. The mana base is pretty straightforward. We've got 4 Ketria Triomes, which covers all of our mana colors required, so that's amazing. Then 4 of each pathway, and then there's only 1 green forest because one forest, 1 green land, because there's actually very little green except for the Snakeskin Veil, Prismari Command, Quandrix Command, and Decisive Denial. So, and because there's green available in both, in both of these pathways and in the Ketria Triome, I think that's why he only left 1 forest in here, and it's been working just fine. All right, so that's the deck. Very simple, very straightforward, very pawnage. Let's jump into some games and see how it performs on the ladder. Oh, Axel, how are you, my brother? Thanks for jumping on the stream, dude. Good to have you. Hope you're well. That is a perfect opening hand. Just what the doctor ordered. Opponent is either playing, rogues, which I have seen so little of lately, which has just been the best thing about this end of season. Like, I'm loving the fact that I've played, man, I want to say like almost no rogue decks in days and days. Even yesterday on stream, we didn't play a single rogue deck. It's good. I'm really happy about that evolution in the meta game. Like, bye bye rogues, get out of here. I'm sick of your crap. So usually now when I see a Lurus, it's probably something Magecrafty, either Silverquill Magecraft or something to that effect. Bloody Ducky. Hello, Bloody Ducky. My apologies. I said I was on 83%. I'm actually on 82%. Next turn, Prismari Command on his Clever Lumimancer, or if he plays a Leon and Light Scribe. See, I told you it was going to be Magecraft. But it would be hilarious if I'm playing against my own decks. If it's the Lorehold version that I made on stream a few days ago. Okay, not Silverquill. So plenty of removal to be careful about. Let's get rid of you. Should I wait? Nah. Let's do it now. Now we have a token up to protect our Sprite Dragon in case he has some sort of removal. Bloody ducky. Are you a bloody ducky? Bloody, yeah, it does say that. My MTGA assistant ever so slightly covers the name of my opponent. Thought it was Bloody Bucky. But it's a bloody ducky. What's it gonna be, dude? Ay. That's pretty bad. It's probably gonna take the denial. Veil, the Denial, the Veil, the Denial. The Denial. Damn it! I was really hoping to use that fight spell on him next then. Ay, caramba. This card is great. This is kind of going textbook. Turn 4, Galazeth makes another token, can use it to cast Snakeskin Veil, cannot remove anything directly now with targeted removal unless he's got some sort of sweeper, but then he's going to get rid of his own Clever Lumimancer, so that's just groovy. Just groovy. Finally managed to shave that beard a little bit. Now I kind of miss touching it. 4. 4/4. He still can't swing in because I will block that. And I mean, I think. Oh no! What a mistake! Oh my goodness gracious me! That was a horrible mistake. I should slow down more when I'm streaming. Relax. I cannot believe I just did that. Oops. Is he going to swing in? No. Yes, no, yes, no, no. Second main. Okay, that's lovely. I think I am going to actually use this right now. Ow! Boom! Haha! Man, if I'd only kept my Galazeth, that was really, really bad misplay. Sorry about that. Just. A little flyer for some blocking. Okay, we're going to cycle this away. Pity we didn't get that instead. Next turn, Goldspan. Ouch. Alseed. A weird combination of cards for your typical Magecraft deck. I quite like the inclusion of Alseed. I had a feeling that would be his game plan. Ouch. Whew. Okay, what we need is a what we really need is Draconic Intervention now. He's clearly going to go for the block, I'm assuming. No block? Okay. It's very ballsy. We've got Magma Opus mana now, because each of these treasure tokens can be sacrificed for 2 instead of 1, because of the Goldspan Dragon. If we had Galazeth in play, without me making my ridiculous misplay, this game would have been over already. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So now he's keeping up 2 blockers because he thinks that it'll save his ass, but we can get rid of both of them with Magma Opus. if he doesn't have any sort of, I don't know what he could be holding up there in his hand. Maybe also some protection. Could be a Sujiri shelter. Oof. So he's cast nothing this turn, except for creature. So he can't do any kind of show of confidence things. Okay, now he's just going to sacrifice Alseed. I think this is the creature that's going to get the biggest if he has anything crazy, but we're on 15. I don't think he can get us in one go with what is currently on the board. Who do I block? Do I even block? Let's see how it goes. I mean, we can still Snakeskin Veil. Okay. As I thought. So he just makes that indestructible, but sorry, with protection from red, so which means I can't block it. But he also loses some life gain by sacrificing the Alseed, and had to pay a mana to do it. So we're still looking okay. Nothing too serious. We can still get rid of the spirit with our Magma Opus. 2, 3, 4. You just go straight spirits, swing in for the kill. Yeah, we win. 1, 2, 3. Submit. Tap you. And that's it. Boom, boom, boom. Tabuyakasha. Sorry, bloody ducky. That was amazing. Even with a like glaring misplay right in the middle there, I still whooped him. Which is just groovy. That's just groovy. Loving this deck. I love dragons. They're like my favorite kind of deck to play. I don't know if any of you have been keeping your eyes on the spoilers for the Dungeons and Dragons set that's dropping in July. There's this new 5 mana or 5 color dragon god is the creature type, Tiamat. Looks busted AF, and because of the re-emergence of treasure tokens, they're really all over the place now. It was initially I thought it might be a little bit more focused in on Kaldheim because of the whole Nordic theme, but it seems like they're continuing to bring the treasure token theme through into the rest of the sets that are dropping this year. That means that playing 5 color decks has never been easier, so we can expect to see some ridiculous 5 color dragons decks coming up in the next meta, which I'm all about. I cannot wait. He's got some mana up there. It's not enough for sword coming. It can only be Essence Scatter. Do we risk it? Or do we keep up our mana for a Prismari Command and then we can go into a dragon next turn? I think we try it. Clearly has something. Okay. Let's see if he tries to remove it. Yep, he's going to try. Oh. Mwah. Mwah. Bye bye, Bone Daddy. You suck. I hate you. There's nothing more satisfying because it doesn't even go to the adventure zone. It just goes straight into the graveyard. It's so satisfying. Goddamn Bone Crusher. I hate that card. He's trying some other shenanigans. So we're just going to swing in. Now we're out of Bone Crusher. Oh baby, Oh baby, that feels so good. The opponent scoops it up. Sorry, Mr. Orange. 2 snakeskin veils were 1 snakeskin veil too many for you. 2 adventure creatures to the graveyard. Hey, yeah, hey Dax, thanks for joining the stream, brother. Your advice from the previous time helped me a lot. I've managed to sort out my sound. It's coming through extremely distorted and very difficult to hear you. It's now coming through on the live stream, but you need to take a look at it again. It might be because of my internet connection. I'm running the stream off of a hotspot on my phone with mobile data. Unfortunately, this nomadic lifestyle has made it a little bit sort of a necessity. So wait, what part aren't you hearing well? My voice or the audio? Oh, okay, okay. Thanks. I'll have to look into that. One of my fellow streamers mentioned the fact that OBS needs to be set so that the sound device that is outputting uh, from the game client needs to be the same one that you've set OBS to be capturing, which I thought I did, but I'll have to have a look at that again. Thanks for that, brother. Two games, 2 wins. Thank you, hello, good game, for providing us with a good deck for today's stream. And if that isn't obvious by now at this point, where I stand on the whole net decking sort of debate, I'm all for it. I have nothing against it. I think most, you know, go and watch Paulo Vitor Damo de Rosa's, current reigning world champion, and see what he has to say about it. It's totally a legitimate way of, getting ideas and creating decks. There's nothing wrong with it, and you can almost not escape it since the internet and mass data collection and digital Magic the Gathering. Voice fine, game not. Take a look at using software. Thanks, dude. Yeah, if you find that and if you have a second for me, that would be very nice. And just send it to me on Facebook. Thank you. Epic. So we are going to cycle away our Magma Opus to make a treasure token, which means then our Draconic Intervention comes online for 8 damage, so we can get rid of our Love-Struck Beasts and everything else. Louis, I always wonder these Spanish names with the Z on the end. Is it Louis? 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 Okay. I think our opponent just drew a blank. Or he's lost his internet connection. No. Time for a Goldspan Dragon, I think. Unfortunately, we don't have any protection, but a green mage running 3 lands right now isn't going to have any threats towards a Goldspan. He'll just cast his Love-Struck Beast, and then we're going to Draconic Intervention the load of them right after this. And we're even going to do it post-swing, just for that extra salty effect. Bye bye. Into the exile zone you go. Oh, that feels good. Okay. Yeah, no, when they're cultivating on turn 4, it's a problem. I think this one is also going to be quite firmly in the bag. We now have Magma Opus mana up for instant speed on their turn. Whatever threat they play, we kill it. Okay. Watch this. Okay. Triggers me. We send it back to his hand and put 2 counters on my guy. And that is a game over. Gotta love it. Three wins. Three wins on stream. Dragons, baby. Team of Dragons. Putting in the work. You guys can't see my MTGA assistant, but I'm sitting on 78% win rate with this deck. It's so good. What's that thing? This guy talks about the audio mixer. Amazing. I'm one of those guys in high school. I was firmly placed right smack bang in the middle between the total computer guys and the sporty jockey surfing guys. And I really enjoyed the fact that that was my position, because I was friends with everybody and got to experience a lot of different lifestyles. And you know, some of my oldest friends come from the old days when we used to bring our huge computers into a dungeon, into someone's basement, and you know, play some Counter-Strike on a 8-port switch on a 56 kilobyte, you know, old 56k dial-up modems. And those were the days. LAN cables all over the place, eating junk food until the early hours. I miss it. It was so much fun. And Dax, who's watching now, is one of the dudes from those days. I can't see the YouTube link you sent me, Dax. I don't know if it's on, is it on Facebook, or where did you send it? Okay, so we're gonna have to, I mean, we're getting dangerously low, but we can Draconic Intervention next turn. So I think the plan now is to just, yeah, cycle this away. The only hope I have is that he doesn't put the token from the Luminarch Aspirant. Actually, no, that's fine. We do 8 damage. That's going to wipe the entire board completely clean, no matter what he does. Oh, yes. Play everything. Play your whole hand. He's going to take us quite down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. But now we get to wipe the board, which feels so good. Bye! Bye-bye! I wonder if they just scoop right now. Straight into a Goldspan next turn. Oh, go on. Oh yeah, I don't know. The chat doesn't seem to be receiving links, Dax. I think there's some. I might have to change my settings for it to work that way. But just drop it to me on Facebook. There we go. I got it. Thanks, dude. Epic. Scoop-dee-doo, Basil. Off you go. 4 straight wins. This deck, man. I might just actually, I'm gonna, because the season reset timers are all based on North America time, and I'm in Italy, so it doesn't exactly end at midnight on today for me. So once I've done all of my family duties later today, I'm going to jump straight back on the stream, and I'm gonna play this deck into the ground and try and grind my way up. I want to at least end on like 90-something% mythic before the season ends. I doubt I'll make it up into the numbers because everybody that's really competitive is doing the exact same thing I am today. But I think we can definitely push our way into the upper 90s, which would be a lovely finish for the season for me. I think my highest ever was like 97 before I started the channel. And I haven't quite replicated that result since. Okay. Negate. It's looking great. The opponent foretells a card in red. It's either that dual strike card that doubles your next instance and sorcery you cast, or it could be, I wonder, the Demon Bolt. That's what it's called. So now we've got no protection. Okay, just a giant. Okay, so then it's probably that giant that you foretell the, I can't remember the name now. Boom, boom. Goldspan Dragon is just so busted. I really hope he tries to do some removal on either of them. We're ready for you, buddy. We're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can already cast Magma Opus next turn. Turn 5. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And we don't even have to burn the treasure tokens to do so, because Galazeth allows you to... Okay, so still no hexproof on the giant. But Galazeth makes it so that you don't have to sacrifice them. Except then they only give you 1 mana. If you want 2, you need to sacrifice it anyway. Which is a pity. It would be cool if the 2 dragons sort of worked together. But we're going to get rid of this giant right away with our Magma Opus. He was planning some shenanigans there, but that kind of effectively shut that plan down. He was going to do a double Crush the Weak. Woohoo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we can still cast it. Question is, do we do it now? Yeah, just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's 8. My bad. In that case, then I will just wait. I might fight the... Nah, then I'll kill myself. Not again. Okay, well, he's gonna have to pay 3 if he wants to cast it, which means he won't be able to do it again. At least that. I hope. I mean, he's only got 1 mana left. Okay, a shock. That's a pity. Surprised he went for that dragon and not the other one. Reach! That's terrible. Et voilà, monsieur. go for it. Huh. Down to 2. I mean, even if he kills it, it's okay. We still win. Yep, it's fine. Now he gets the hexproof, but we don't care. If he had lifelink, that would be a problem. Still not a problem. Nice little fight spell there. I like that. But I'm afraid it's game over for you, my friend. Five straight wins, baby. Climbing those ranks. Check it after the stream. What are we looking? How long have we been streaming? Sitting on 40 minutes. Got time for at least 3 or 4 more lovely dragon games. I need to properly shout him out for this. I mean, I did already shout him out, but I need to thank him in person. We exchanged the odd word via Discord. Really, I cannot stress it enough. Top bloke. Super friendly, helpful, paying it backwards, you know, helping other content creators that are just starting out. I have full respect for the guy. Aha! Now, I spent the entire morning before coming across this deck trying out these fractal decks with Quandrix. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like, it's really not that competitive. I might just be building it wrong, but I struggled to not get any decent sort of results at all. Even in the play queue, I was losing game after game. Blue. Make a token. We haven't had Snakeskin Veil in hand for a couple of games. I believe that's because I've gone down to 3 instead of having 4. And now I can see why a Hello Good Game had the full set 4 in there. Ouchie. There's one. Speak of the devil. So we can do this. Watch this. It's gonna kill our dude, but I really want to get this questing beast off of the field, so that's okay. Bye-bye. That was going to be a huge problem otherwise. Going cultivating. You'd be amazed how much a single plant has to teach you. Lizette. By the way, if you haven't already seen my Lizette, Dean of blah blah deck yet, do yourself a favor. It's only 2 or 3 videos back. It's such an incredible effect, that +1/+1 to everything and trample. Where are my creatures? Where are my creatures? What a bounce spell. Something. That's terrible. That is terrible. We're going to take 7 to the face right now. Yeah. You're gonna negate a negate, and then I'll negate the negate that he negated. I hope he's got another one. Thanks. Triple negates on the stack. Oh, goodness. It's gonna grow the beanstalk giant even bigger. That's approaching the limit of our Draconic Intervention. I think this one is GG. Good game. Bad luck. No dragons. One dragon. Maybe I should have, you know, saved it, but I was assuming I would draw at least one more. So that's 5 wins, 1 loss. I like. Very nice. It's nice. Ooh, nicotine time. Jiu-Jitero. 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 Okay, now we got a buttload of dragons. Triome action. Use Dexa. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Honestly, mono white just fell off the board. Winota and all that shit. Beg your pardon, all that jazz. Actually, who am I kidding? All that all that shit just took over. Okay, so let's use the Prismari Command on their turn. Ooh. Yeah. We really need a little bit of land. Ouch. Well, let's get a blocker up. He won't be able to swing in right away this next turn, unless he gets a second Luminarch Aspirant down. Skyclave. Just finished, you know, talking down this deck, and then I get shredded by it. Gotta make sure that Speaker doesn't get to the, you know, to 27 starting life. Oh, we need Draconic Intervention like yesterday. Oh, that's a game over. Jujutero. Mono white doing its thing. The perfect draw. Double Luminarch Aspirants in hand, everything he needed. Sigh. It used to be my favorite deck. It still holds a special place in my heart. Mono white, it is my kind of bread and butter. Even here. Where is it? Bread and butter. There it is. This got me to Mythic beginning of the season, actually. It's ridiculously good. Very similar to what it looked like the opponent was playing there, with you know, Skyclave Apparition, more of the Skyclaves. This is the deck I copied off of the Chemist, the South African Twitter guy I was talking about yesterday. Oops! No, we don't want to play this deck. Cancel. My bad. The stream has been running 49 minutes. let's play at least another 2 games. Let's win those games. You know, it's what I hate and love about Magic at the same time. There is a definite element of experience through play, knowing the cards, knowing the meta. But there is, of course, also an element of chance. Sometimes you just get, you know, you can play as, you know, you can be the best player in the world. If you get a crap hand, you're going to lose. And that's just the way it is. So it kind of evens things out a little bit. That is a great opening hand. Make a token, get rid of something small, play the Galazeth, have the Snakeskin Veil up to protect it. I like. Ooh, when I see them mulliganing so hectically, I have a bad feeling that it's going to be Tybalt's Trickery. The Russian roulette of Magic the Gathering. I want to say it's even less than a 50-50. Okay, no, thank goodness. With a bloom, pests. So they might cultivate next turn, so let's keep up a negate and see what happens. That's the only play we have going anyway. He's either going to do that, or he's going to Village Rites away the Eye Twitch after his attack phase. Which we can also negate. Ouch. Okay. I don't mind taking the 3 damage off the ward ability because it's honestly, I'd rather that than anything else. I'll pay the 3. Might have some, I don't know, Malkir's Rebirth, or his own Snakeskin Veil, which would be horrific. Okay, that's better.